back to FifthRoundMovement.com. Today we have something very special. We have a comedian from the West Coast, Joel Rose, with us. We're going to sit down, talk comedy, talk about what makes us laugh, hopefully make you guys laugh at the same time, and get to know somebody who came from Toms River, or Ortley Beach, right outside of Toms River, New Jersey, and now doing it real big on the West Coast out in LA, doing some writing, doing some stand-up, and doing a lot of big things. And I feel like we have a similar sense of humor. I post some of the stuff on Facebook, and if you're a fan of what I do on FifthRoundMovement.com, I'm pretty sure you're going to be a big Joel Rose fan by the end of this segment. So Joel, what's up, man? What have you been up to?
Well, thank you very much for having me on Fifth Round Movement. I'm a big fan, and can I give a shout out?
Absolutely.
I'd like to give a shout out to my boy G-Man in Philly. He's fresh out the joint.
He was actually in jail?
Well, you know, if you saw his house, it's kind of like a jail. So I just like to give props to him, and I hope he's feeling better.
So it's Christmas time right now. This is probably going to air sometime in January. But you're back for the holidays, obviously seeing some family, seeing some friends. And then what's been going on, man? What have you been doing now? You moved to LA how long ago?
Moved to LA 2 years ago. So a little over 2 years right now. And just, you know what? This is the thing about LA that's different from Jersey. People in LA, they don't have respect like people in Jersey. You know what I mean? Like there's a respect here in Jersey that you get, you feel it, you know? You meet a stout Italian man, and he puts his hand on the back of your head, and he slaps you around a little bit, and he lets you know what's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I maybe should be slightly offended by that, but I don't feel that I am. So, yeah, I do know what you mean. In Jersey, New York, probably the whole northeast of the country, there's a certain line people do not cross. Like if you get cut off in traffic on the Parkway, you're only taking that beef so far. Because you know that guy driving, he's armed.
He's probably got some firearms in the car and a club of some sort.
Which is weird though, because on the West Coast, I feel like we don't have that line. People will take it, like say for example, the traffic stop thing a lot further. But as we learn from movies like Boys in the Hood and rappers like Ice Cube and NWA, on the West Coast, they don't even pull their cars over to shoot people. They do drive-bys, which is something I'm sure it does happen in Newark, Patterson, wherever on the East Coast, but you don't hear about as much as you do on the West Coast, especially in the early 90s. Apparently on the West Coast, every bus stop was shot up daily.
But yeah, you wait for a bus stop, you know you got to be quick, because stuff can go down, it can go down in a hurry.
You know, it's funny that you brought up Ice Cube. We know each other. We were talking before the interview. We at least 20 years, maybe 25. I think we met each other in like probably first or second grade in Eastover Elementary School. We give a shout out to Eastover Bears, and then went all through high school together. And as you remember, I've always been a huge hip hop fan.
You were the first. You were the first person I knew that listened to hip hop.
I feel, and if you watch FifthRoundMovement.com, you know I feel this way, and we talked before, that Toms River is a unique place. That we grew up, and I think the sensibilities and the senses of humor that guys like me and you have developed, a lot of that is grown up in this unique, this as Carl Weathers on Arrested Development would say, this stew where we grew up.
Carl Weathers? That's awesome.
These people are making a stew of the suburbs.
You know, that's the thing. Growing up in Ortley Beach, you know, a lot of kids when they're 12 and 13, they haven't stood outside the Aztec Motel as a pimp goes in with his flock of hoes to turn their tricks. You know, they haven't experienced that.
Exactly, man. It's exactly it. I think like there's something to be said about being able to get drunk in any wooded area from the age of 12 to 30 that you don't have in other areas of the country.
But we're still able to navigate to the trailer where the party is, or back to the parking lot where your car is. We don't get lost.
And I think it's a good call.
You know?
Some people get drunk and lose their keys, and Tom River get drunk and lose their cars.
Exactly.
I think, but you use the word navigate, which I think was interesting, because I think if you look at our age group and guys and girls we grew up with, a lot of them got lost in that summer, that partying lifestyle, and me and you were able to navigate it where we weren't. I know you were cool in high school. I wasn't a herb. I didn't get picked on, but I wasn't Mr. Popularity. I didn't. People knew me, but I wasn't.
You were well regarded.
I feel like this. I feel like it's the same thing I have with FifthRoundMovement.com. I kind of like an indie band or an underground rapper where not everybody knows me, but the people that know me really like me. But I think there's something to be said for guys like me and you that grew up in that environment with all that craziness going on, and still, you know, did well enough in high school to go to college. In your case, went to law school and had a law degree and practiced law for a long time. In my case, went to graduate school, got an MBA, and was successful in my career. And then I think it says something too that we both now kind of have the guts, if you will, to say, all right, I did that. I was successful in the 9-to-5 world. Now I want to try something different.
Well, you know, I think we all had that moment, you know, back in high school, college, whatever, where you're in the club. You know, you're tripping out on E.
I've had that moment. Not on E. I've been in the club. I don't use drugs. But go ahead.
And you know, you got your glow sticks. You got your, you know, you're dancing. You're partying. You know, maybe you know your girl is, you know, got some napkins, kind of patting you down a little bit because you're sweating profusely. And you're like, do I want to be doing this 10, 20 years from now?
And my answer was yes. I absolutely do. I don't ever want this moment to go away.
But you know, but you know, it comes to a point where you're like, I gotta move forward. That's the thing, you know. I don't want to be the 50-year-old dude in the club. For the fifth round movement is that you have taken Jersey and boiled it down to its essence, and you have made it accessible to other people. Not in a Jersey Shore way, but in a real way. Like people in California, they see the fifth round movement and they're like, I haven't been to Jersey, but I feel like I have been. You know what I mean? You've done that.
I know what you mean, to the point that I'm so honored that you said that. I'm sitting here in my Arsenio Hall interview position.
Right.
Thinking about what you said. A lot of what makes it through to MTV and VH1 and those kind of channels is a caricature of what we are.
That's right.
Are there guys like the situation Ronnie out there? Absolutely.
Sure.
We went to we are lying if we say that doesn't exist in Jersey.
They're there.
But we're also lying if we say we didn't grow up with guys that went to law school.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And there's something to be said for all those people in Jersey that, you know what a Guido is, but can laugh at it and kind of look at it as an adult and be like, all right, well that's funny. There's some, let's say some fifth round people want to jump on the Joel Rose bandwagon, which they absolutely should at this point, and they want to check out some of your stuff. Where are some places online they can see what you're doing?
Well, thank you for that, Angela. As you know, Joel Rose momentum is going clearly downhill. It is moving.
And maybe just bottomed out with this appearance.
It's going.
When did it all go wrong? FifthRoundMovement.com.
Actually, in January, the best thing to do is to go to my Facebook page. You type in Comedian Joel Rose, you'll see all my appearance dates, you'll see some video. If you want to contact me, if you're having a bar mitzvah and you want somebody to come and entertain the crowd, or a wedding reception, or even like an old school hip hop throwdown, if you want someone to come and freestyle, I'm available for that. Just hit me up on Facebook, Comedian Joel Rose. If you need painting or landscaping, I'm branching out into that world too. So I do a little bit of everything. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. Comedian Joel Rose.
Okay, that's in the end of this very special FifthRoundMovement.com episode. I want to thank Joel Rose for joining us today, comedian out on the West Coast. Joel, you have any closing parts?
I'd just like to say, guys, thank you for watching, and keep supporting the Fifth Round Movement. Nobody grinds harder. Nobody.
We'll see you next time on FifthRoundMovement.com. Thanks for hanging out.